Hello, kids. I'd like to welcome you to Dr. Platypus's show of science. Today, we're going to be taking a deep look at Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motion. And here to help me is my assistant, Igor. Don't make fun, kids. Today, we're going to be looking at his 3 laws of motion. Motion is simply the movement of objects. Children, this is the first playground that Sir Isaac Newton was playing at when he discovered his laws of motion. His first law of motion is inertia. Inertia is Inertia is the tendency for an object to remain at rest if it's already at rest. Also, it's a tendency of an object to remain in motion if it's already in motion. Now you see, children, when Sir Isaac Newton was a young boy, he didn't have many friends. So he used to come to playgrounds much... Igor, what are you doing?
Well, I'm acting.
Igor, stay still and do what I told you. Like I was saying, children, Sir Isaac Newton didn't have many friends. He was the outcast of his local school. So, when he was young, he used to come to playgrounds just like these. Sir Isaac Newton discovered that he would not move unless someone pushed him. He found this out because he had no friends, children, and there was no one to push him on the playground. But much like young Igor here, Sir Isaac Newton knew he couldn't wait around all day waiting for someone to come because he was alone. And if he just sat there, he would go nowhere and wouldn't have any fun. Igor.
Sorry.
Igor, you're ruining the show.
Sorry.
Get back on the swing, Igor.
Sorry.
So, like I was saying, Sir Isaac Newton learned if he wanted to be in motion, he'd have to put himself in motion. Like Newton's first law. Okay, children, now it's time for a quiz. We just gotta make sure you've been paying attention. So, we've learned today that Newton's first law is that an object that is in rest has a tendency to remain at rest unless acted upon by another force. And an object in motion has a tendency to remain in motion unless acted upon by a force. So, children, if Igor is just sitting here and he doesn't move, will he A, just stay there and not move, B, start sliding off the bench, or C, get attacked by a leprechaun? Take your time. Okay, so now that you've had some time to think, it was not C, because leprechauns are fake. Sorry, Jim. And it was not B, because, like you've learned, there would be no forces acting on Igor. So, the correct answer was indeed A. Igor would just remain there. Yay!
So here is Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion. So here is this bucket of a tank of water, and this is Dr. Platypus. And Sir Isaac Newton's his law was mass equals face.
Igor, shut up. I'll do it. Hold the camera.
Okay, sorry.
So, children, you see, Newton's second law was force equals mass times acceleration. Mass is just how much matter is in an object. It's not your weight, children, but how much you weigh inside, basically. Acceleration is the rate at which speed increases. So, if we have a big mass and a big acceleration, when they are multiplied, they make a great force. The mass of this tank of water is roughly, I would say, 1,000 kilograms. But it's not going anywhere because its acceleration is 0, and thus there's no force. But when I apply a small force on it, its acceleration increases because its mass stays the same. It moved a little. But you see, children, when a great force is applied on this, its acceleration quickly increases.
We're getting really close!
Are you okay, Igor?
I am okay. Continue.
Alright. Well, you see, children, there was a great force applied on the tank of water, and that's why acceleration quickly increased and allowed it to remain traveling. But it stopped because of something called friction. But we'll save that for another time. It's on Newton's second law of motion. Now remember, Newton's second law is F equals ma, which stands for force equals mass times acceleration. The mass of this football is 2 kilograms. This will remain constant throughout the demonstration. So children, if I increase this football's acceleration from 0 meters per second squared to 5 meters per second squared, will this football have A force of 10 newtons, B, a force of 12 newtons, or C, it's gonna hurt? Take your time. Okay, children, are you ready? Good. So, the answer was not C, because 10 newtons is not a great force. 10 newtons is pretty much this. That's not going to hurt. And the answer was not B, because, as we all know, 2 times 5, which is the mass times the acceleration, is not 12. So, the answer is A, which is 10, which 2 times 5 indeed does equal 10. Good for you guys.